My name is Tom Arthur, and I am the pastor at Sycamore Creek Church. We're an inclusive church. We are a gay affirming church. We are working towards racial equity. We are going to try to show people God's compassion wherever they are at, wherever we encounter them. We don't get that right all the time, but at least that's what we're aiming for. There's all kinds of ways I engage CADA as a pastor. People take CADA to church. All of our campuses, at least the ones in Lansing, have been on bus routes. So there's always people taking the bus to get to church. There's always people catching the bus after church, taking SpecTran to get to church or get home from church. And I have two boys, Micah, who is 14, and Sam, who's 11. We moved to Lansing back in 2009, right out of seminary. And at the time, my wife and I were married for 12 years, I think, at that time, and we only had one car. And the church at the time owned a parsonage that was out in Holt. And so when I would take the car into the church or work for the day, my wife would occasionally take the CADA bus from our suburb to the grocery store or to get to someplace wherever she needed to go. More recently, as my kids have become middle schoolers, when my oldest became 14, we said one of his privileges was that he could take the bus anywhere he wanted in Lansing.
I'm Micah Arthur. My mom would take me to go to like Meyer when we lived in Holt. She couldn't just leave me at the house when my dad wasn't around. So she would take me on the bus with her to run errands around town when we only had one car. I was always fascinated with like the yellow cord, how you pulled the yellow cord to stop it. I don't think she ever let me pull the yellow cord, but that was my favorite part. I always thought it was cool.
A couple years ago, we moved from Holt into Lansing to launch this new campus, and all of their neighborhood friends were back in the Holt neighborhood. So it's about a 30-minute drive for us. I mean, that ends up being a decent amount of time in the car for us to get them back to our neighborhood, and that was one of the benefits for him when he turned 14, was that he could ride it on his own and take it to our old neighborhood to hang out with his friends. He had to do a little bit of training with me first to be able to do that. It wasn't something, I mean, we've taken buses in all kinds of other places, but he hadn't ever done CADA or the bus system here in Lansing. He and I spent some time looking through how you figure out the routes and the times on Google Maps and where the closest ones are to our home, and then kind of I guess the biggest thing was just when we get down to the transfer station or the central hub downtown, knowing which bus to get onto to get to where you want to go.
Trip with my dad, we just were looking at the route, and I was looking at Google Maps and I was trying to find, wait, where is this exactly? And I had like the orientation wrong, so I was like looking at it upside down. It was kind of funny. But then I realized it was over by because he was trying to have me, my dad was trying to have me do more of it, I think, so that I would have the experience, not just him leading me. So we got it over to the stop, and then we made good time, so we just got on the bus. My dad showed me how to use the bike rack thing. And yeah, my bike was a little heavy to get up on there, but it wasn't that bad. And then we kind of just got off at the transfer point, because that's what our route was telling us to do. Then we just went on the number 8 bus and we were out there at Buddy's. And then we had to get the bike off, but we did it pretty nicely, and it was overall just really simple to get out there.
Yeah, I'm Sam Arthur. I've been on a school bus before, but I've never been on one with like a bunch of grown-ups, so it was kind of like, it was a little scary, but not really. Like I was mostly trusting my brother because he'd had practice, so I was just trusting him to let me know where I needed to go.
I like being able to I don't need to rely on my parents to get me places. I can go where I want to. Once we moved here, it's like expanded, because I realized how I did not live in a super accessible place in Holt, and I kind of lived far out there. And now I do a lot of bike trips to downtown, where my favorite places are, and I go to MSU sometimes, to the library that's over that way. it's just been really awesome to have the freedom to go wherever I want to. Well, I think it's pretty important because like some people don't have a car, and I don't think it's really that expensive to ride the bus or like check out a bus pass from the library, and it just allows you to go all sorts of places. I just think it's very important to have that public transport option, and especially when I don't have a car yet, and I'm close to being able to start working on a driver's license, but I wouldn't need it, I guess. I could just take the bus where I wanted to.